Okay, here what I like to do today is to show what's inside of the DynaMop spinning mechanism, the stepper type. Basically what we're going to need is just very simple tools like basically a pair of pliers and a screwdriver, and that should do it. Okay. First, we'll take the screwdriver, the Phillips head kind, and just unscrew, take off these 4 screws. Right, this side. Now, with your hand holding onto the spinner housing that's over here, kind of hold on to it and just lift it up. All right, and then if it's stuck, just put the other hand underneath and turn the spinner basket a little bit, wiggle it a little, and it should come off at this point. Okay, now flip off. This is what I mean by holding on to the housing, holding on to this part. Okay, and you'll see exposed here is this pin here that goes through this rod. Right, this rod goes through into the spinner housing. Right, and be careful about this little pin. You must not lose it. Right, now stay there. Okay, this is what I want to be showing. So this side is a spring, and inside are the 2 male-female pins. So I'm going to take the screwdriver and loosen it. Actually, the best thing to do first is to take off the spring by, maybe I will need a flat screwdriver. Okay, just make sure your hand is away from where the spring can spring back and hurt you. So keep it down here, away from the spring. All right, and just apply that over. The spring should pop out. Okay, here's that spring. At this point, continue and take off a screw that's inside here. Out. And these are the same size stainless steel screws, and the spring is also stainless steel. So ply it open a little this way, okay, like that, both ways, and then you'll see this the male side with a notch, and the female side doesn't come out, and just push this in. Well, even if it doesn't come out here. This is the female part, and the 2 connect together inside like that. Okay, and the male side has to go over this way because there's a notch here, not completely wrong, to keep it, to hold it in place. Okay, so those are the 2. And here, you can, at this point, push this up, lift it up, right? This spring will come off, and if you, for replacement of the spring, just put it back this way, and slide this down there. Okay, all right. So, and this comes off like that. Down, push back in. Now let me show what's inside here. This is the housing, and there are 2 of those protrusions that should fit right back inside of these 2 grooves, right? Just like that, going down inside. Should go in like that. Okay, so now let's expose what's inside here. This is the special spinning mechanism that does away with the one-way ball bearing. Our previous version, let me use a different color gears for that you can see better. Okay. Our previous version was the one-way ball bearing like everybody else. Okay, but we have advanced to this new device. We replace, this is where our ball bearings stayed before. We replace this ball bearing with this mechanism. Okay, now this with a flipper and claws. This device goes right in here. Okay, now you see the flipper. Okay, and you see the teeth here. The flipper would open up as it starts to spin and catches on the gears here and start to spin in fast speed like this. Okay. Now this part, okay, these flippers go like that. Let me take everything apart. The flippers you sit in like this, that, like that. Okay, it should open like this and go close. And this ring should go right outside the the flippers, just like that. Okay, and this would go over it. Okay. Now this device replaced the one-way ball bearing. As a result, it'll never rust. It's gonna be non-abrasive because when you have a basket that's driven by the one-way ball bearing like that, it spins fast. It actually this ball bearing is actually in contact with this rod, so it's abrasive, and it'll hold up. A good ball bearing would hold up maybe 20,000 pedals. This one we lab tested, and it lasted 250,000. So that's 12 and a half times longer, and with no damage found. Whereas this 20,000 times, this is going to be worn. So none of the here, cup this over. None of the one-way ball bearing is going to last more than 20,000 times without wearing, right? This baby will last you 250,000 times without damage. So God knows how many times it'll last finally. Okay, remember, hook this up here like that. Okay, this goes back in, slide in here, and then make this to go rest inside here. Oh, before do that, let's not forget about the spring. The spring will go inside that just go right there. Okay, and these two rest inside there. Okay, now actually before we put this in, we can put this in a bit later, or as long as you can see the here, this is what you do. Push it down again. Keep your hand away from where the spring can possibly hurt. Oh wait, I made a mistake here. Before we do that, we have to put this back in together first. Okay, and this notch would go fit right in there. Feel my part, and then give it a squeeze. Fits in there. Put the spring back there. Done. Okay, now bring the pedal all the way up so it gives the least tension here. Now push this in, and careful, your hand away from the spring. Okay, and push it into where that hole is. There. Perfect. So now all we gotta do is make sure this pin is straight this way, so it'll go into the slot here. Okay. Again, I would hold this like that with my fingers in here touching the rim here, so that it doesn't fall off when I turn it over, right? Otherwise it's gonna fall off. So hold on to that and just fit that in. Perfect. Okay. Done. Fastest spin. Okay. Still spinning. Okay. That's it. Thank you.